Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, we good. It's
We
Thursday.
good. It is Thursday.
We got Ink spinning the ones and twos.
Yes, he did it. He's dope. I like him.
You like him?
I do.
You do?
I do. When he was lit, I like it. I like his mixes really lit. Thank you, yeah. DJ Ink Spin in the building. Prezi Prez, Joy My Joy.
Joy My Joy.
Joy My Joy.
Why is Joy My Joy? You change your name?
It's always been Joy My Joy, but you just always say me.
It's M.I. Why is it?
Sometimes me. I can be E.
I think Joy My Joy is whack.
I mean, not I. Y could be an I.
I think Joy My Joy is whack.
It's my joy, like I'm your joy. Everybody needs joy.
I think Me Joy sound better.
Me Joy?
Yeah, I like Me Joy a little better than I
It could go
Joy
either
My
way.
Joy.
We should do a poll.
Let's do a poll.
We should do a poll.
Yeah, I think it's Joy Me Joy.
Joy Me Joy. You like the only one who like legit calls me Joy Me Joy.
Really?
Everybody's like Joy My Joy.
Joy My Joy.
Like it's my joy.
It's like this is stop like Joy My, maybe because I do music. Maybe Joy My Joy. That's a Joy Me Joy. Joy My Joy. Joy Me. Nah.
We can figure it out.
Too, so you always gonna put that twang, that, you know what I mean?
Hey, well, yeah.
Gonna make it a little different.
Yeah,
the Jamaican accent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Joy
It's
My.
that island vibe, you feel me?
What you think? What you think, Ink? What you like? Which one? Which one are you rocking with?
Potato. I like them both. Cause
See?
I like joy.
Yeah, here we go. Here
Joy
we
My
go.
Joy?
Joy My Joy. It's like
Joy,
it's ownership of Joy My Joy. Like I'm claiming joy.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Enjoy my joy.
What'd you say?
Enjoy my joy.
Enjoy my joy.
I like that too.
Enjoy my joy. I
Enjoy.
think people could probably take that the wrong way.
Enjoy my joy.
Enjoy my joy.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah, that one. That's
We'll leave
right.
that where it's at then.
Yeah. Yes, it is Thursday. It is Friday Eve. This has been the longest week ever for me. Like, I legit don't even. I thought today was Friday, but it was only Thursday. And I'm just trying to figure out why this week is moving slow as snails. Like, has that week been good for you? Like,
No, the word stop for Kanye. That's what it is. Kanye came out. The word just stop for Kanye.
listen, it's first of all, it's a lot. It is a lot going on.
Kanye, that nigga, yo.
It is a lot. Kanye.
Confused right now.
Kanye is losing his mind.
Y'all
I
think
don't know if
so?
we can trust him no more.
Yeah, like Kanye's losing his
I
mind.
hope, but I don't know if we can trust him.
We don't. Meek Mills is free.
Right.
Bill Cosby's going to jail. Cardi B's performing her last show in DC.
Broccoli
It's just
Fest.
like a lot. Yes, at the Broccoli Fest. It's like a legit a whole lot of stuff happening this week.
Yeah.
See, I think Kanye lost his mind.
I think Kanye is losing his mind. First of all, I personally think Kanye has not been the same Kanye since his mom passed.
Everybody keeps saying that. I think Kanye's a genius.
I think he's a genius, but I don't think musically, but I think just his mental it could be a
So,
little off.
what would you say about R. Kelly or Michael Jackson with the little boy and peeing on young ladies?
It's all the same thing.
Wait a minute. Let's not put Michael and R. Kelly in the same category.
No, not as a comparison.
I'm gonna still put Mike as allegedly. I love Mike as a prince of the king of pop all time. Great.
And you need to come to the mic. Come to this
I'll
mic.
take my mic on, right?
I don't know.
Hey, we can hear you, but
Yeah,
you
okay.
can come
Yeah,
over here.
come to the
Be
mic,
comfortable,
yeah.
I gotta reloop this. I gotta wait till it come back around. But
Okay. Yes. Anyway, so I personally think Kanye has not been the same since his mom passed away, and it's just like a lot of times, like when people lose like a major person in their life, their mental kind of goes off. It gets off, and I think he is like. His music kind of changed. The sound of it. It's just like, so that's my personal opinion.
Okay. Y'all
so
ain't
wait, do y'all attribute that to the Kardashians, or is he in a sunken place? I want to know that.
Nah.
I don't.
Nah.
It's easy to say the sunken place
So,
because of Get Out, but I don't think so.
I'm gonna fuck y'all mind up. So here's what's going on. Kanye's a marketing genius. So, in this business, blood and sex sells, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta take it back to when Kanye said, "I don't like George, but George don't like black people." All Kanye pretty much did is just allow the media to talk about him. You see what I'm saying? As far as standing up for quote unquote black people back then.
You say he been a marked man since then?
I'm saying that's what he used to market his music. Even now, he'll go out and go on ranks and say crazy stuff
Right.
to get people to talk about it. He put out music. So new music has come from Kanye.
Yeah,
So
that's what he led with.
Yeah, Donald Trump, is one of the the world most popular man right now. Right. So by him saying everyone is going against Donald Trump, okay, I'm gonna side with Donald Trump then. Fuck it. So now he stands out like a sore thumb and everyone else. So now, okay, he had the same mentality where, okay, you're a president, you do what you do as far as whatever you like. Just like I said with Michael or R. Kelly, right, or even Bill Cosby. There's still people who think, okay, Bill Cosby did what he did, but I'm still a fan of what he have done. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So Donald Trump, not because he's white, he's falls in the same category. You see what I'm saying?
But I don't know if Kanye's necessarily had to go that route to create controversy before a project. Like, I feel like Eminem has always done that. But
he's that smart. He have done it so many times from the George Bush days. I'm telling you,
but I think, me personally, I think that the George Bush comment was innate and natural and in the moment, and he had like almost like an out of body experience to where he was on that stage and the thing was, Katrina and everything was at the forefront. People were suffering, and Kanye was in a real live raw moment. I don't even think that was planned or plotted. I really think that was legitimately how he felt.
Nah.
I agree.
I mean, go on YouTube, look at the video. He almost looked like he was out of his mind, because even Mike Myers, the comedian, the dude that plays,
that was with him.
Okay. Say he really meant what he said, right?
Right.
But what
he did mean it.
What I'm saying to you is that it's not something where he's just doing it because I really, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever. You're saying he wasn't naturally like about the cause or for the people. It was almost like he could be for the people, but I'm saying every time Kanye puts out music or whatever, no, he don't beef, he don't rap beef or do interviews. This is Kanye marketing strategy. Think about it. Even beef with Jay-Z, he's very vocal about how he feel about people or whatnot. That's what he does. When he go to France and put a big black screen on the wall and do black skin, whatever song is called, it's different. That is what Kanye do. But now if you want to take it down as far as Donald Trump as a human being, if you want to say, hey, Kanye shouldn't have said what he said, I don't care. If you like the guy, you like the guy.
Right.
Because it's me telling you don't be a Muslim because I'm a Christian.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's how a lot of people felt as far as Rick Ross with the correctional officer thing. My boy told me that. He's like, if you like Rick Ross and you like his music, what difference do it make what he did prior to rap?
Thank you.
And I said,
thank you. And the same with R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't utilize their art or whatnot to quote unquote hate him as a person or whatnot. Right. Kanye made a decision. You like Donald Trump? Okay, fuck it. Like Donald Trump. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
But
I'm not gonna see him be like, I don't like your music anymore. I don't like you anymore. I don't feel that way.
And you might be onto something, because the same thing, like you mentioned, Michael Jackson. I think when Michael Jackson made, I forget the video, but it was like he was on a roller coaster at a carnival and he had the Elephant Man's bones dance out. Like they were saying Michael was sleeping in hyperbaric chambers and stuff to conserve his life and all these different things. He bought the Elephant Man's bone. It's like he took that and spun it, because like people say, any publicity is good publicity, whether good or bad. So he took all those rumors at the time, before the internet, before TMZ, it was like National Enquirer, whatever that magazine was, the tabloids, and he took that and twisted it and incorporated that all into his video. So I think Michael learned to use the negative energy, the machine that they were bringing against him, and he spun it to make it, just made his fame bigger.
Think about this. Who is publicly saying they like Donald Trump right now?
You said who?
Who is publicly saying they like Donald Trump?
Nobody but Kanye. Probably.
Thank you very much.
Out of all the celebrities, yeah.
I mean, out of the celebrities, but then you have to remember,
celebrity or not, he's still a human being. Like, how many friends?
I mean, besides his initial constituents or supporters.
Here's my frustration with Kanye and why he's supporting and doing supporting and backing Donald Trump. Donald Trump he's like a complete asshole. And like, just what he represents is oppression. And I don't know if y'all heard the clip from Janelle Monáe, but she was like, how are you supporting somebody who is a part of your oppression? Like, this man had millions and millions of dollars sent to him to support his campaign that was funded by the KKK. Everybody knows what the KKK represent. Yes. So it's just like, how are you supporting it? For me, it's bigger than that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh no, I don't like Kanye anymore because he supports Donald Trump. Because his personal views and his political views and who he is as a person are different from who he is as an artist. Like I definitely feel that way. Like I get you, I support you on that. But what I don't support is how he supports a person who is connected to the oppression and the oppressors of what our history, has been and what we've known. So that's my point of view. But you already know I'm like real pro black, and
me too.
So it's just like I
forever.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I can't rock with him right now because of that. And so that's my view. Like I think I still support him as an artist. Again, I banged with Kanye when he did the college dropout. What was before his mother died? Like I rocked with him. Like he was like legit the best.
Are you still a Bill Cosby fan?
I never was a Bill Cosby fan. Like,
are you still a Bill Cosby fan?
I don't really too much care about Bill Cosby. But as far as R. Kelly, that's a touchy subject. Like R. Kelly, that's my generation, my era. So I will always appreciate and respect his artistry. As far as a singer, songwriter, like he's probably one of the greatest artistic minds of my generation. So I'll always have an appreciation for his music. But as far as the person, like you say, you got to separate the interests. I don't have any respect for him as a human being, as an individual, because I have a daughter. So in my mind, he's a predator. Regardless of whether he ever confesses to the allegations, there's enough, there's enough evidence against him. So I'll always appreciate his music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even as a DJ, you have to be unbiased in a certain light, because a lot of stars have controversies and past, indiscretion, whatever. So I feel like I like R. Kelly from a music perspective, but as far as the man, it's like I can't respect that.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I love Kanye. I'm a big Kanye fan.
Yeah, and me too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
I was born in Chicago. I'm a Chicago guy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I was born in Chicago. Live between Chicago, Georgia. Lived in Cali a little bit, but Chicago is my hometown. I'm a Gemini also, so I can relate to Kanye.
Joy got Chicago blood too, right?
Yeah, my mom's from Joliet.
Okay, I'm from the south side of Chicago,
Okay,
Jeffrey Manor. You know what I'm saying? But so I understand Kanye. As a Gemini, I understand the passion and the craziness, but I can't relate to him. It's like you don't have no integrity. At some point, like the controversy sells, but at the same time, you got to have some integrity for yourself as a black man in America. The way you are a catalyst for culture and changing people's minds about going to school and all those things. We go to school and pay student loans and all these things, and you come out, you don't find a job. Like Kanye was the college dropout and all these things. Like it was like groundbreaking as far as millennials and the way they open their minds to think differently. So now, why would you be a puppet? Allow yourself to be manipulated by someone that doesn't have your best interest at hand. Like Donald Trump is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So why use that as a controversial or marketing tool when it jeopardizes your integrity?
So here's a question. I'm about to throw a fireball in this whole conversation. So let's touch on like Steve Harvey, right?
Devil's advocate.
So Steve Harvey had a meeting with Donald Trump, and he came out of the meeting and he was like, "The guy wanted to meet with me, so I went and met with him. What's the problem?"
I don't have an issue with that. Meeting with somebody, have a conversation is different.
It's different.
So saying I love them.
That's
he's my brother. So the whole meetings when Donald Trump was initially elected president, and people were going to have those sit downs and kind of be like, it was almost like being a lobbyist, going to voice their concerns, their thoughts, their opinions. We can have a conversation with anybody. That's not an issue. I'm not saying avoid a person, but at the same time, once you see what their agenda is and it's consistent, it's been that way since they were running for president. It's almost like everything that he was doing up into the White House, they were calling it rallies. Like they weren't calling it. Whatever his campaign trail was, they were having rallies, and them folks that was coming out did not have our best interest at hand, period, point blank. So Kanye got to know that. He's not that detached where he don't understand what that man's agenda is. And even if that's not in Donald Trump's heart, he allowed it to be exhibited as what he portrays and what he represents to get in the White House. So there's no excuses, there's no pass for Kanye to buy into that and say, I love him, he's my brother, when he don't give he don't give a fuck about you. We on internet radio, so I'm gonna just be blunt, like, you know what I mean? Is I get how you feel about Kanye. That's how I feel about Tupac Shakur. Like, I love Tupac with all my heart. So Tupac has a controversial past. He's done a lot of things that probably led to his demise as a human being, but I love him. You can't tell me nothing wrong about Tupac. I'll probably fight a motherfucker over Tupac. For real. Like, for real. But at the same time, if somebody said, if Tupac was still alive, God rest his soul, and he was doing this, doing that, that stepped away from his character, which led me to love his persona, what he represented, what he stands for, the cause and his people, his heritage and his bloodline as a Panther. If he stepped away from that and said, I love Donald Trump, I love David Duke, or some person that I know absolutely has no interest for us as a people, I'll be like, damn, Pop, what is you on? Like, I couldn't respect that. I couldn't tolerate it, couldn't entertain it.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, what is Kanye doing?
Okay.
And it's marketing or not, it's not a smart move for him as a black man in America because of who Donald Trump is and who Donald Trump represents.
A black man anywhere in the world. Yeah. Because we not just citizens of America, we citizens of this earth. But
you're removing yourself from, like, you're not being. There's a thin line where you can now be considered. I know that the past and the history of why black, include myself, feel the way we feel, right? But there's a thin line, and there's someone has to take the lead and say, hey, you know what? Okay, that happened, black. Because you understand, this happened with the Spanish. This still happening in India right now. I think it's India and another country. Like, you can't even you can't even call an Indian guy, say a Pakistani Indian. You can't mix them up. It's a fight. You see what I'm saying? Because of the slave trade there right now.
Right.
It's not just black people. It's an overall couple of 10 years ago when the Mexican was crossing the border. It was a big issue with black and Spanish folks. Remember that time? Like, probably.
Speaking of the border, but we talking about ongoing oppressions. Like Donald Trump want to build a wall. So I'm not just isolating oppression or being the oppressed to black people. We talking about all people. So if you're oppressed and you're supposed to rally against the oppressor, regardless of what your income or your tax bracket is. Like, right. Kanye is still part of the minority. He's still part of the disenfranchised people of this earth. He's still a black man, which is the most ostracized and vilified person on this earth. He can't separate himself from that. So whether you black, white, Indian, Chinese, whatever, we've all faced oppression, but you got to look at who is the oppressor and how could you align yourself with that. Like, the man want to build a wall, he want to do all these crazy irrational things to separate and divide people and to make people feel less than. It's like, it's crazy. So I'm not saying that oppression is just limited to us specifically. I'm just saying, like, the oppressor, he don't care. He's gonna put his foot on anybody, throw to anybody next. So how could you side with that? You know what I mean? It's crazy. This is worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. King said, injustice anywhere on earth creates injustice everywhere. If we're not gonna fight for the little man, whether it's it's not just limited to us, but you give examples of Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, Mike Brown.
Everybody, we can go on. Trayvon Martin, Alton Sterling. Yes, so we can go on.
In America, this happens to us consistently and often, and those people don't care. So how could you align yourself with them? Like Donald, he don't care. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. So how could you align yourself with somebody that doesn't understand you, doesn't care to even? He looks at Kanye as an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? So that's marginalizing you and yourself. You're an entertainer, so I'm going to entertain you in that light. But I don't respect your thoughts, your opinions. But if you get on Twitter going on your rant, so my constituents, the people who are voting for me, I could look like I'm reaching over to the other side. I could look like I'm hip and I understand. So I'm going to use Kanye as a catalyst for the next campaign for 2020 or whatever. Kanye is just a pawn in the game, and he's allowing himself to be that. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
He's very foolish. It's clownish.
Okay. Let's give it time. How about that?
We'll give it time.
Give it time.
But I hope, if you saying he has an understanding and awareness of what he's doing, I hope it's a bigger
outcome that he's expecting, because this is at the expense of not just him, but just everybody. Like, a lot of African American individuals and minorities.
Like Dave Chappelle said it, man. Like, I think we're too sensitive.
But rightfully so. It ain't no such thing as too sensitive.
We're too sensitive.
If somebody constantly pokes and jabs at you, and you create a bruise, that bruise is going to be sensitive.
Donald Trump jabs and pokes black people, or just?
I'm not saying him.
Okay.
I'm not just specific. So we could say, but we understand what he says and what he does. It's not just black people. This, we're talking about the oppressor. We're talking about women. We're talking about whatever he's opposing. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a tolerance for people outside of, he's a bigot. He doesn't have a tolerance for people outside of his thought process, people outside of his agenda, people outside of his wealth system.
Here's where I stand. And but we got to get to the well. Here's where I stand. Right? I don't know Donald Trump. I don't know Kanye. I don't know Obama. But when Obama was in office, we were still being killed by the police.
Same thing. You're
This
right.
this is not a Donald Trump issue.
You're right.
This is a one-on-one people in the community. A police officer, a racist police officer don't like black people and so forth. Now, as Donald Trump as the leader, yes, he's gonna get dinged for it. Okay, you gotta check the numbers. You gotta check how high is the jail percentage rate for black inmates at this time. Because when Bill Clinton was in power, the rate for black individuals was at the all-time high, but Bill Clinton was considered black president, the first black president.
By people that are foolish. So
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see what I'm getting
So
at?
it's not even a Donald Trump or Democratic Republican.
So that's
it's an
all-
institutionalized racism.
That's what I'm saying. So
It's a system thing.
if Kanye chooses to be choose to be a Buddhism, whatever, or go worship or speak as his God or whatever and say fuck Jesus, you see what I'm saying? I can't be mad at that man for that. You see what I'm saying? Because he has his, I haven't talked to Kanye directly to say, hey, you know, you know what I'm saying? Even though you got a bigger platform, you're a celebrity, you got a power, blah, 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 why you making these decisions? I can't talk to Kanye and ask him these questions. But what I can do is that, okay, that's your decision. I don't see you like shooting people and robbing people, blah, 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 blah. It's so many other powerful individuals in the world. If Kanye said he likes Donald Trump and there's a bunch of other celebrities decide to go against that, they will eliminate Kanye. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm saying. I can't sit here and be like, you know what? Okay, I hate Kanye. He said that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's just a bite. I can't just sit and just bite his head off. And also for Donald Trump, I got to go back and do my research to see why people, quote unquote, dislike him so much, or saying, like you're saying, he's against the world, against human, just in general.
Women, minorities,
right.
You don't have to do a lot of research. It's right here. Like,
I mean, his campaign thrived off of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It was through his campaign. It's through some of the laws that he's.
You guys do know I'm Jamaican, right? So these laws he makes is against me as well.
Exactly.
So, and I was talking to my brother, I was telling him the same thing. You really can't like fully say, you can't really, maybe Donald Trump is just a money man. Maybe he has the money. But
no, I'm not. So this is the thing. I'm not judging Kanye's heart or his mind because I don't know his intentions.
I feel like that.
I don't know Kanye's intentions. I'm not judging his mind. I'm not judging his heart because I'm not in his soul. I don't understand the way he's processing things.
Right. But I feel like you guys
we're speaking on his actions. If a person exhibits a certain action, they're allowed to be judged. I can't judge his heart because I don't know his intentions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And everybody has an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
And I respect
and because this is a hot topic, it's something that we have to address. And it can go on and on and on and on and on because it's two major people.
And I understand how you feel. Because like I said, I hold Tupac in that same high regard. I respect Kanye as an artist, but I'm just questioning like his intention. Like, what are you doing now?
And that's what I'm saying.
What does it mean?
If it's indeed a marketing strategy.
Maybe he's a spy. Maybe we'll get Donald Trump bring it to the black people. I don't know.
No, and that's what
I don't know.
That's not gonna happen.
Maybe blame Buddy with Donald Trump and he can come back and defeat the black. I don't know.
That's not gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway,
if you want to be a president, maybe Kanye want to run in 2020. He's like,
he did mention it. He did mention it. He was like he was gonna run 2020.
I just can't judge a man. That's kind of where I stand.
First lady.
That's where I stand. It's gonna be a bad first lady. Everybody be like, yo, I want to fuck the first lady.
Then Ray J gonna be trying to get in the White House.
Talking about when he hit it first.
Right. But we should get back to the music.
Hustle from her in the place, you know.